Okay, class. Let's get this started. This is the Valley View Automotive tutorial. Um, Over here, I have Audition up. What we did yesterday or in class the other day is we brought in the cold read.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive's got.
So we have the read. As you can see, the read is 43 seconds. There's a bunch of stuff that could be taken out. Also, while you're here in the editor under waveform, you can make edits. You can make changes. You can take and delete stuff. You see it changed this from 42.7 to 42.6. You can hit undo. Nothing's damaged, etc. But what we really want to do is we want to go to multi-track. In this multi-track, I hit multi-track, and it's bringing up a dialog box that's going to allow us to, here in the dialog box, give it a name. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call it Valley View. I'm going to call it Valley View 3 because I've done it a couple of times. I'm going to also navigate to where I want it to save to. In fact, just to be safe, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the desktop again, put it back on the desktop. I'm going to get a new folder. I'm going to call it Valley View 3 as well. So that's the folder name as well as the file name. And we're going to hit choose. And hit OK. Now we don't want to change anything here. You can drop these templates down and find different things that will set it all up for you, but none is fine. Okay. You don't want to change any of this at this point. We'll hit OK. Bang. Now we've gotten here. We have a whole list of tracks. Tracks 1 ultimately through track 6, and then a mix track. You can always add a track or delete tracks as needed. I like to start with changing the track names so that I can have good control over what my track names are, and I can kind of remember what's supposed to go where. I don't want to get myself mixed up. So I'm just changing these track names. I'm going to make 4 voice tracks. I don't, just changing the name doesn't actually change the track. It just changes the name. And I'm going to make 1 music track. I don't think I'm going to use 4 voice tracks, but I leave myself a little leeway in case I do need 4 tracks for voice. So I'll bring in my first track here. This is the read.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive's got all the hottest.
Okay, that's the read. And
SUVs you've been looking for.
The read has to be edited because we want to get that urgency, and that's why I created multiple voice tracks so that I can have places to drag it back. You'll remember that we did this in class. So I hit cut. I'm going to move quickly. I'm going to cut all my big silence areas that I can just see with my eye without even having to worry too much about what it is. The silence or the lack of a waveform means that there's silence there, and that's an area to cut. So I'm going to take that and move that in here, right about there, and let's take a listen to what we got.
Are you ready for this? Valley View.
All right, so I've made it a little bit tighter, but that's not quite tight enough. So I'm going to zoom in. You see, I'm using the navigation tool to zoom it in, and I'm going to bring it all the way up here. Let's see what happens. You'll notice right here, this and the next sentence, this, that's where I say the word this, and the next sentence starts right here, overlap. And that's kind of where the urgency comes from.
Are you ready for this? Valley View.
So I can actually bring it up just a little bit more. I want to get it before the S starts.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive's got all.
Now I can make one right here, and I'm gonna make a cut right here, and I'm going to use the remove tool to bring it back and make a little urgency there.
Valley View Automotive's got all the hottest SUVs.
All right, and now I can take that cut and bring it back.
SUVs you've been.
And I can bring that back even a little bit more.
The hottest SUVs you've been looking for.
And now I can bring this one back. And what I'm gonna do is, while using the move tool, I can hold this over here and I get this trim tool that shows up and trim that back and bring it like this. All right, now I can't see the rest of my track. There it is. Just zoomed in and made it a little bit bigger. That's all we had to do.
SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles.
Now, when creating urgency, what you don't want to do is make yourself sound like you're too choppy by making too many cuts. So sometimes you got to let a full sentence kind of go, or at least a full idea go. Okay? And we'll bring that back.
One of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half.
Now that might have been a little too tight, so we'll move that out a little bit.
Powerful vehicle off the lot for half the price.
Yes. And then we'll come right here, make a cut, and move this one up. And now I need to use my trim tool again because I don't want to butt heads here, if you will. So I'm going to trim those both ways. That way I can get that in there nice and tight.
For half the price. Yes, half the price.
Now I can get this razor blade out again. And I'm back to making my moves that are going to allow me to tighten it up. Okay. All right. So now, and I could just, since I already made those cuts in advance, because I could see them, I could just kind of drag those in and see.
Was it time to get yourself to Valley by car, on foot, or even by air?
Okay, so here are some cuts that I didn't see, right? And imagine that had I only given myself 2 tracks, I may have put myself in a really tight spot. But actually, I haven't finished the edit, so I can actually kind of make some adjustments as needed. So I'll pull these back. But now this is what would happen. These two kind of collide right there. So that's why you have this extra, you have more space, right? I have 4 tracks. So I can move that down there if I had to. I don't want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and tighten that up. And I'll bring this one here. All right. So now let's take a listen.
Yourself to Valley by car, on foot, or even by air.
I made a little bit of a mistake. I'm too tight. So I can pull that one back and let's see what happens.
On foot, even by air. Take advantage of this outrageous sale.
Outrageous sale. And right after that, I need to get the next thing started. Right? So I come here, make my cut, drag that in, and I got my overlap.
By air. Take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quickly.
You better get here quickly. And same thing. We're just doing the same exact thing. We're just repeating that process.
Here quickly. Because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours.
All right. And we found our space. Bang right there. And move this. Uh-oh. I didn't make my cut. So let's make a cut. Look at that. I made a node for volume. I could just right click it. And I'm going to delete that keyframe because I didn't want to make a keyframe. It's no big deal. You don't have to panic. Most people get like, oh my God, what did I do? No, you didn't do anything. You're fine. You can fix it. It's no big deal. You could either just delete that or you could just undo. You could just simply undo.
Going on for 24 hours. And the automobiles are leaving the lot.
Okay. Now we're going to slide this down so we can see what we got. And in fact, we're going to zoom in and slide down. All right, so now we can see it up nice and close. All right, so now I'm going to take this one here. I'll probably go ahead and take that there, that, and that. Just to be safe. I'm pretty sure that those are going to all work out. I've done it enough times, so I kind of know. Look at that. I think I'm at 30.
Even the lot faster than you can say 4-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on.
All right, so I'm done. I've done it. I got myself to the point, but as a editor too, I want to revisit
Faster.
right here faster. I want it to be a little bit tighter. So I'll come in here and make my little change. All right, get my razor blade, do that. But the problem I got now is if I make this change here, it's going to change everything there. All right. So what I'll do, I'm going to take it, I'm going to bring it here. Now all these things need to get closer as well. So I'm going to swipe those tracks and I'm going to bring those closer. And I'm not changing everything. I'm just changing the remaining tracks. Okay. And now, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to pull that to the end of that so that we can take a listen.
Faster than you can say four-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on. Are you ready for this?
All right. And now we have a runtime of this whole track. Let's get to the end. Let's see here. Well, we know it's what? It's less than 30 seconds. I'm at 29 seconds and some change, some tenths, and I'm already done. 29 and 7/10 of a second. Now I'm going to add the music. All right. I'm going to add the music. It's going to be hot stuff. Okay. So I'll go back to the head of the clip. I'll bring the music in right here under my music track. And I'm going to get in tight on this real quick because I'm going to show you what I want to do. I want this music to start hot. I mean, immediately, right? I want it to basically come in as soon as we hit play. But there is a little gap of silence right there, okay? And so I'll get rid of that, and I'll bring that back. All right? So that's what we got. All right, so let's go all the way to the beginning. And let's hit play. What's wrong? The music is too loud. We talked about that yesterday, right? We talked about that yesterday, music, or the other day in class, excuse me. So we're going to bring the music down. And I think the sweet spot is around 18, 19. So we'll bring it down right up there. And
are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive's got all the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity.
Now that sounds good. But one thing we know is
to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the
we're still overmodulating down here.
price. Yes, half the price. Now is the time to get.
So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the whole mix down. And they say, let's say -6. I just typed that in.
Get yourself to Valley by car, on foot, even by air. Take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better.
So we're no longer overmodulating. Then let's go here to 30. And so we're at 30 seconds, right? We're literally, you can see we're close, right? And there's nothing in that space. So we had silence. We can see all the audio from the voice ends before 30. And then we have the music at the end where the music is. It ends before 30. So this is kind of the end of it right about here. So we should be able to take that and we're done there. Let's go back to the beginning. And let's hit play.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive's got all the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Now is the time to get yourself to Valley by car, on foot, even by air. Take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quick because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours. And the automobiles are leaving the lot faster than you can say four-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership depend on. Are you ready for this?
So that's the whole spot, right? We're done. Except now we want to get it to where it needs to go, right? You can't just tell somebody, oh, just take Audition. No, you have to send them an MP3 file. So we're going to go to File. We're going to hit Export. We're going to Multi-Track Mixdown. We're going to do the entire session. And then we give it a name. It has a name that's named after the session itself. But then we're going to put our initials on it, or whatever, just so I know exactly who it is. We're going to browse to where it needs to go. It's going to go to a location on the desktop this time around. We're going to call that location Valley View 3, that's that location. And we're going to put it not inside that folder, but just outside, so we can just hit save right here, and then we'll hit OK. And let's go to that folder and see if we can find it. So it's going to be on a desktop, and it's in Valley View 3. And here it is right here. Let's give it a play.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive's got all the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the.
And we're done. This is the file that you're going to email me. You will email me the file that ends in MP3. I'm going to take a look at the information to see what about it do I like, me or you, as someone emailing it. It's only 733 kilobytes. That's a nice small file. It's easy to email. That's the tutorial. All right. I challenge you guys to get this thing knocked out. Do this as soon as possible. And I'll see you this Tuesday coming up.